Hey everybody, it's Deb Hastings and with the Primetime Book Club, and we're reviewing the book You Can Do Hard Things by Sherry Lynn Akala. You can buy this book on Amazon, and Sherry Lynn lives in Dallas. She has a multi-million-dollar business, and she tells us how to ditch the excuses and achieve our dreams. We're on chapter 2, You Can Find Your Why. She writes, I don't have a good reason to dream. I'm unmotivated and discouraged by my circumstances, and I just don't feel like dreaming right now. Oh, when I hear that, sometimes it just breaks my heart because, we all start off with dreams. When we're younger, we grow up and we want a nice home, and we're going to have a great job and our new cars. We have all of this mapped out in our head. But as we get older, we find out things aren't as easy as we thought it would be. And so it gets harder to dream, especially if our circumstances are very challenging. But I encourage you to keep your dream alive. And the last chapter, we talked about just starting, just start, realize your dream and take the first step. Look into it. What is it going to take to get that dream and get it going for you? So today we're going to talk about the reason why. Why do we want to do this? So you need to understand your why. Because your why is going to be your motivator, okay? Your why is going to be what keeps you working it, okay? So, the truth. We have to understand the why behind our dreams in order to work toward achieving them. Whys help us identify our motivation and gives us a reason to keep working toward our dream. And this is really true. And whys, a lot of times people have the impression that they have to be grand. They don't have to be grand. You don't have to change the world with your why. It can be something simple. It can be as little as, I want to take my family on vacation once a year. I want to be able to pay for dance class for my daughter. I want to be able to pay the utility bills with this. Whatever that might be. I want it to fund my Target trips, whatever it is, you got to find that initial why. And then once you identify why you're wanting to do it, ask yourself, why is that your why? Why is that important to you? Why is that why important to you? And because you need to know that because your why is your motivator. So if it isn't important to you, it isn't going to motivate you. And then you will stop because it's not important. So the whys are motivating. That is the step one. Realize that your why is the reason why you're doing something. So it's got to be strong. So if you feel strongly about putting your daughter in dance class, then that's a good why. If you feel strongly about that this needs to pay the utility bills, that's important. Now you can make it big. You can make it huge. I want to buy a house. That's important to me. But that's the key. It needs to be important. But also don't forget it needs to be attainable as well. So, number 2, whys don't rely solely on your feelings. This is why you need to understand, is it important to you? Because sometimes we wake up and we're just not in the mood. We're just not in the mood. So the whys is what keeps us going in the direction that we need to go in. Sometimes when we're married, that person gets on our nerves. Sometimes it does. Sometimes they get on our nerves. But you're not going to get divorced that day because they got on your nerves. Because your why is much bigger. is much bigger. You're going to realize that it's a passing feeling. So your whys cannot be passing feelings. The next thing is that another reason why sometimes businesses fail or they fizzle out is that they've established their why. Okay, and it's important to them, and they go after it. The problem is that they don't grow their why. They achieve their goal of why they started, and then that's it. They never reassess their why and what else they want to do with it. You need to be able to grow your why. So maybe today you're starting something because you want to be able to put your daughter in dance class. So you decide to do that and you're able to pay for it. Well, now maybe you can put your daughter in dance class and you want to pay the utility bills with it too, because that's going to make our life at home a little bit easier. So you're growing your why, and it's equally important. So you want to grow your why because, again, that's going to create a continued growth trend for your business. Okay, so the reflection on this is understand the why behind your dream. I want you to write that down. It's important to write these down. What are some feelings and thoughts that get in the way of pursuing that dream? So recognize what feelings you could have. You could have a bad day. You just don't feel like it. The kids are sick. They get sick a lot, and sometimes I may not be able to do it. You know, whatever that is, make that list so you identify that ahead of time so that when it happens, you can recognize it as a trigger to remind yourself of the bigger picture. Make a list of your big and small whys behind your dreams. So maybe you have that big why. Maybe it's to go on vacation, and you're going to break that down into smaller whys. And so you can achieve those to go after the big one. So, and if you got Post-it notes, you know, I'm big on Post-it notes. I talked about this when I was talking about the New Year goals and resolutions, is I write one word focus words or a 2 to 3 word phrase on Post-it notes. I put them on my bulletin board. I put them on my computer monitor, on the bathroom mirror, on the inside of my kitchen cabinets. You know, I put them everywhere so they're visible. I may not out loud read them every time I see them, but subconsciously I am looking at them and I'm taking it in every time I'm in front of it. And that will do something to you. It will keep your subconscious in motion to keep going forward and fighting for that why. So do that, and we're going to conclude this one. And the next chapter is chapter 3, which is you can fail forward. That sounds interesting. So y'all have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon to continue You Can Do Hard Things by Sherry Lynn Acala. Bye-bye.